Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic, Hobbit review, and a show and tell. Now we went to see The Hobbit today, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I mean, basically the only thing I wanted to see in the movie was the country of New Zealand, basically. And that was like the favorite part for me of Lord of the Rings. It was like, okay, I'm seeing what's going on in the Hobbits and everything like that, but I'd sort of get, my eyes would just sort of like go beyond the characters to like, especially when you see Rohan, of like the mountains and the fields and just the country itself of New Zealand. And I was always impressed ever since Xena when they filmed there. It's like, and it just sort of amazes me that places like that still exist on this planet, you know? And The Hobbit's been out for a while, so I'm probably one of the few that hasn't seen it yet. And I wasn't quite sure how I'd feel about it because twice I've tried to read The Hobbit. I get as far as the trolls, and I'm like, I just couldn't stand Bilbo. I just didn't like Bilbo at all. And I'm like, just sit on the bastard already. I just don't care. And I could never get beyond that. That's why I don't feel I should ever touch Lord of the Rings itself, because it's like, if I can't get through The Hobbit, I'm no way worthy to Lord of the Rings, the books. So I'm like, okay, so maybe if I see the movie, at least now I'll know the story. And personally, I think it's kind of a stretch to chop up The Hobbit, which is like that thick, into three-hour films. And this one was surprising in the beginning. I was not expecting the beginning. Move here. You get Ian Holm again. I don't know. Well, since everybody's probably already seen it, I'll say it anyways. And it circles around, basically, where you're seeing Ian Holm as the Bilbo you see from the trilogy, and Elijah Wood as Frodo. And the scene pretty much is the few moments before he goes off, and you first see him in the tree reading his book, and Gandalf comes along, and what was the first one now? Two Towers. So it just dovetailed nicely, and it was just neat to see him again, you know, Frodo. So, you know, maybe 15 minutes in the beginning, so that made the movie for me right there. And that was like right after the credits. And then you get to see the vistas and all that stuff. And it was, I mean, I won't give it away, but I mean, if any, you know, the two people haven't seen The Hobbit or read the book, you know, would know. But then again, I haven't read the book, so I'm not quite sure what was in there, what was not. Which is good for me, because I'm not spoiled by it. I can just focus on the thing. I did not see Peter Jackson, though, but he looks a lot different now than he did before, so I don't know. He might have been in there as an orc or something. But, it kind of caught me funny, because Elrond and Galadriel and, you know, Gandalf, obviously, is, you know, they kind of meet at one point. And it's funny to me, because they act like, I haven't seen you in forever. And you stop to think, it's like, well, yeah, because how long has it been since the last movie? So there was kind of a real reunion between actors other than characters, you know, because you know there's an actual history because they've done the other movies. So I thought that was kind of nifty. But one of the best parts for me, as far as, I mean, the story is Gandalf pretty much drags Bilbo into a adventure to go after Smaug, who is a dragon guarding the gold of the dwarves that are in this company, and the dwarves want their home back where Smaug is keeping their gold. And they meet up, there's 5 wizards, and Gandalf is one of the 5. There's Sauron the White, Gandalf the Grey, a couple of blues, and I can't remember what the heck the guy's name is, but he's, you know, a brown wizard, and he's an earth wizard. And I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, damn, I know this dude. Where the hell have I seen this guy before? And he's just sort of a crazy old hermit type dude, nature bug, you know. And I'm looking at him, damn, I know this dude. And then, I don't know if he said something or did something, and I'm like, I know that dude. It was the 6th Doctor from Doctor Who. I think he was the 6th. It was, Sylvester McCoy, the Doctor from the 80s, basically. And I'm like, No wonder. I mean, his little hobbit hole, you know, his wizard hole there in the forest must have been bigger on the inside than the outside. I'm like, oh my god. So that just made it funny for me, because I like, you know, I've seen him in different interviews. I just like him as a guy, and it was so funny to see him in the wizard thing. And I'm like, oh, you know, there's a TARDIS in there somewhere. So that was a good part of the movie too, and these had to have been big ass rabbits. Basically, he's riding on a sled, pulled by rabbits. He's in the forest. Wouldn't deer have been better? I mean, then he calls them something. They're kind of like the eagles or some sort of super bunny. I don't know. So that was rather interesting. And it was sort of a... The two towers had more going on, in a way, than The Hobbit did in the first section of the 3 movies. This sort of... was sort of one note for me. You know, just... it's sort of the same thing over and over again. So it was kind of... it wasn't necessarily boring, because also it was eye candy, so it was, you know, visually stimulating anyway. But as far as just... I don't know, it was just... maybe it was because it was stuff that I'd already experienced with the other 3 movies. So it was like, well, been there, done that, kind of. But it didn't detract from the movie as far as it being a good movie. It was a good movie. Definitely worth a watch. Don't understand why you'd have to break it up into 3 movies. I liked the guy that did Bilbo. And I can't remember where the hell I've seen him before. I know, yeah, he's some actor from some show somewhere. But he acted like a hobbit. You know, he acted what I would expect a hobbit to act like. And the scene where you finally meet Gollum makes sense too, and he kind of brings you back to where Frodo goes, you know, I wish, you know, Bilbo should have killed him when he had the chance. Oh, pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance. And Gandalf goes, well, pity's what stayed his hand. And you get to see that on the screen. And there's no no verbalization or anything. That's the thing that mostly impresses me in scenes, is when there isn't dialogue. It's all in the acting, I guess. And you just see it. And that was just awesome. It was just a few moments and that was it. So you get to, and they do hit on the important points in the book, at least the ones that I've gotten to anyway, in the and I finally got beyond the trolls, so they do take it from beyond the trolls into, like, the Orc King, I don't know, but I haven't read the book, so I'm not sure what point this stops in the book, but they do go beyond the trolls. That was rather amusing. But yeah, so that's what we did today, and I enjoyed the movie. And of course we went to our mall, so of course I had to go shopping. I finally got my Underworld that I hadn't seen yet. Love Underworld. And this is the newest one where it's like she was a prisoner for 12 years and I don't know what the hell's going on, so I can't wait to find out. And I got another part in my collection. Yes, I know, boot whore. And I thought these were kind of nifty. These had been there for like a year. Well, seems like a year anyway. Definitely before Halloween. And I kind of wanted the black ones that looked like the Converse high tops. Extra super high tops. I don't know, they call them something. And they're along those lines, but they're not nearly as well made. And these were $30 originally. And they were 15? But no. Yeah, I guess they'd have to be 15 because it was half off of that, so I paid $7.50 for them. And they're actually a lot more comfortable than I thought they'd be. And they zip up the side, which is cool. And I just think it's kind of neat. I mean, I would have preferred just the black and the pink. But I think they'll be a nice summer boot. Because they're well, yeah, they're flimsy. They're kind of, well, basically it's just 2 pieces of denim put together. Maybe not even denim-ish. I don't know what they're made out of. They don't specify. And there's on the tag it just goes cloth upper. Yeah, could you at least tell me what the cloth is? Kind of decent tread, so I don't know how comfy they'll be for heavy walking. Probably not. I'm probably going to get like insoles for them because it's just, you know, squishy flats. But I thought they were cute. But you wouldn't see a Hobbit wearing them. Oh, if I was a Hobbit, yes, you probably would see me. I'd be with a weird Hobbit. So that was my adventure for today. And that's it, I guess. So, I usually film these things, and if I have too much ahead, I'll, like, delete the crappy ones. So, we'll see if you see this one or not. Do comment, rate, subscribe, suggest any videos you'd actually want to watch, maybe. Give me some ideas. Because it's very hard to do any filming in the winter. There's nothing to do, nothing to see. You can't do nature walks, and so this is what you get in the winter. Welcome to New England. Then, thanks you for watching, and I shall see you all the next time. Bye!